So, I'm standing here with a 110 skill driver named Daniel Rosenmayer. And maybe if you guys are wondering what's so special about Daniel, well, Daniel made his own car. And I think nowadays to create an own car, I think it's very special. So we're gonna just ask him a few questions. Daniel, can you maybe introduce yourself to the people?
Yeah, my name is Daniel Rosenmayer. I'm from Austria. Many people know me from Rebelion RC and RC Carbon Store right now. After my clients changed about 3 years ago, I started just to produce for industrial customers anymore and also quit the RC scene. Well, and now after 3 years, a few things had happened, so I'm back into RC racing, which actually came up on the last Mibo Sport Cup in February. And yeah, well, my best friend for this year he decided to drive Nitro, and yeah, for me it was the challenge again to build a new car, and this is what I came up with.
How did you came up with the idea to build a car?
Well, I did already 3 cars the years before.
Okay.
You built your cars? I made a slot car, and last year I built a Formula 1 car.
Okay.
And for this year it was a 1/10 scale.
Yeah. You thought by yourself, let me challenge myself and try.
So actually, about 8 years ago, I also developed already a nitro engine.
Yeah.
But there wasn't the possibility to produce it because it's too complex to produce a whole engine.
Yeah.
And for that, it took a very long time to find the solution to get it into a 2-belt system.
So
and
can you maybe tell the viewers how long did it took you from like the drawing board until the car is now standing?
I can define it very special. So I was driving into Germany on 15th or 16th February. There I had the idea,
this year, 2024.
This year, yeah.
Okay.
There I had the idea, so how it could be possible to get a 2-belt system into a 1/10 scale. And finally, when I arrived in the hotel there, I took some pictures of the available engines and guess, well, it should be possible. There must be enough space to make this possible.
And this 2-belt system in the car, is this by far also the most challenging aspect of the car, to make it 2-belt?
Yes. The 2-belt thing is the most challenging.
Why did you choose for a 2-belt system in this car?
Actually, it becomes much more lightweight, because you don't need another shaft, you don't take 2 bearings less, you don't have 2 pulleys left. So
also the rotating mass of the car
actually
is
the
exactly
rotating
in the
mass, exactly, and it becomes much lighter than with the 3-belt and also the friction inside.
Yeah.
So
you came up with an idea to make a 2-belt.
That was the first thing which I had to find a solution for the 2-belt system. And the second was to put the automatics suspension inside, which was to build the ultimate 1/10 scale.
Yeah, to get the center of gravity as low as possible.
Exactly.
Okay, so can you tell us or explain to viewers what was the challenge to get this 2-belt system in the car? Is it
the first challenge was I just bought a crankcase, cut it into the half and make a scan of it, to see if I have enough place to get through with the belt.
Yeah, because the belt needs to go over the engine.
Exactly. So all the dimensions where I have to go, and when it's here final, okay, so there is no other possibility to make it. But when you start with a clean sheet of paper, it becomes a little bit difficult. So actually, I got a used Capricorn C04 and just disassembled it and started measuring all the dimensions, which are the distances from the differentials and where's the engine position.
Yeah.
And also the 2-speed transmission, where it is compared to the engine position and all this. And this is where the 3D drawings were started.
Yeah, okay. But you say February, and it is now not even June.
It took me less than 3 months.
Yeah, but you just said a long time. But in my opinion, to build a car that is standing is not a long time.
When you're working 7 days a week for 10 hours on it, then it is a long time.
Yeah, okay, but I mean to build a car from scratch within 3-4 months, that is really impressive, Daniel. So
thanks a lot.
We see also in this car some things that are on different places. For example, where's the throttle servo?
The throttle servo in that case is behind the engine. This is a 112 steering servo. In that case, it's a Power HD.
Yeah. And you also needed
The reason actually was I put it together on the 3D and put in the servo, and well, I don't have a place for a regular servo. So I started with the Sanwa servo with the SXR, which I had from my 112 car, but this only is usable with 6 volt. So I had to put a back on this side to be able to use the Sanwa servo.
Yeah.
And then a friend came up and said that the Power HD servos also handle the 8.4. And that was the reason why I put in a Power HD.
Yeah.
And finally then I came up too late that there is also an aluminium version available. I wanted to put in the aluminium, but also the dimensions are a little bit different than the plastic ones. So it wasn't that easy before this weekend to put in the aluminium version.
Yeah. Okay, but
so
it is working.
Finally, the most complex thing was how you can handle to go to the carburetor and the brake.
Yeah.
So in that case, it works for opening the carb, and from this position out, you have to brake.
It's like a servo saver kind of thing.
Something like that.
Yeah. Servo saver, but then used on a throttle. Yeah.
This actually, that solution took me the most of time from everything.
From the whole car.
Yeah.
Really.
This was me. I didn't find. I had with some sliders in the rear and also these ideas, but finally to make it like it looked like.
If I look at this car, for me that would not be the most obvious part to choose from. That it was the most difficult.
This was the most challenging part.
Okay.
On the whole car.
Okay. You already spoke about that you're using Osmatics parts. I think the shock absorbers you are using.
Exactly.
Are you using more parts from other cars?
Yes, I do. The 2-speed and the clutch system is a Capricorn system.
Yeah.
Here. Also the bumper is original Capricorn, and the drive shaft, the 4 pieces, and the 2 aluminium differentials, because Capricorn delivers the only aluminium differentials where I can make my own 3D printed pulleys for it.
Ah, okay, yeah, because otherwise the case is already the pulley.
Have a problem.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, because you need the 2 belts, you also need to change the internal ratio because of that.
Exactly. So in that case, I have 41 in the rear and the 39 in front.
Yeah.
So I have a little bit more overdrive in the front than the comparable cars.
Okay. So that was actually my next question.
So,
because what kind of things are in this car except for the complete design do you think is a real upgrade compared to all the other cars that are on the market? Because if you look at all the other cars, it's like an electric. I find that if you put the Osmatics alongside every other car, the Osmatics really stands out by its design,
exactly.
As is this car. So what if you must say one feature that is really completely different to all the other cars, what would you say?
The 2-build system.
Yeah, it is really...
That is because it runs so smooth, and it doesn't have that much friction than the other cars have.
Yeah. Even the fuel tank here.
So
you are seeing a belt coming out of the fuel tank.
It took a long time to make the design, because it wasn't difficult to make it. It just was difficult to reach the 75 cc.
Yeah, because
exactly, and then take off the volume of the.
Oh, you're using fuel lines as extra volume, or
no?
Oh.
So it has about 73 cubic, about, and the other 2 is the
fuel turbine.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this was a little bit more difficult.
Okay.
To reach this.
Yeah, I can understand, because the fuel tank is over the belt. So, if you are now 4 months in this project, and if you now look back in this 4 months, would you have done anything different? Or is the car exactly like you wanted it to be?
It actually is exactly, it became like this, like I wanted it to become. It has 2 belts, it's built on an Osmatics suspension system. And what I really wanted to do is to get the knuckles play free.
Yeah.
Also the bearings inside, because they all have play a lot.
Yeah.
And those are actually play free.
Yeah.
Which makes it more direct drive. Generally, so I had also to make the knuckles by my own, which was also, those were to machine actually the most difficult.
You mean the wheel hubs?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It looks like because the part is really small and you need a lot of how do you say touches with the machine to get it in the shape.
Also to make fixtures to make the holes from every side.
Every direction, yeah.
That was a little bit difficult. Also, what's the only one compared to the other cars is the body.
It's pressing directly on the wheels like this.
It's a limiter that you can drive the body lower from standard because it doesn't get to the ground more.
No, because the body
it's limited here.
And the body shell also, I see that it presses directly on the wheels, so the downforce is transferred directly to the wheels. Yeah, very clever.
Exactly.
So if we look from February to now, the car is racing, it's competing. Have you done races before, or did you do a lot of test weekends? Or?
No, actually 2 weeks ago we had our first Austrian nets.
Yeah.
I built it together on Thursday night, and I was driving on Friday first time.
You did not have any testing before?
1.5 laps and then it fall off, the front knuckles fall off because I made a mistake in assembling. Finally I was driving at 7 p.m. the first time on Friday. On Saturday I came up with, okay, I don't have enough steering because the positions of the balls.
Yeah.
This is the V2, this is the option version.
Yeah.
The other version is in the rear.
More to the,
you see,
more to the
it's
outside.
more outside.
Yeah.
Yeah, but finally I couldn't reach more than 50 degrees of steering. So I had on Saturday I was driving back into my office, made some new swing arms to make this possible again. So it was again 3-4 p.m. when I was able to drive on Saturday.
Okay.
And I also missed the 2 qualifying rounds.
Yeah.
And on Sunday I had 3 qualifying rounds and the final.
Okay, but that was actually your pre-season testing, so to speak. It was a race.
Exactly. This is on the weekend I had the rollout with the new car.
Okay.
And just last weekend I was running in the new engine, and now I'm here. So I just started to find a setting, but right now the car drives pretty good.
Yeah, a little bit of your race here, because you've done one Austrian and now you were here. I mean, how's your race going so far? Oh, complex.
Well, I forgot to fix one of the pulleys in the inside of the car, so I've lost my rear belt before.
Yeah.
And then I said, okay, I changed the rear belt, the front belt, also the fuel tank again, because this is a new version of the fuel tank.
Okay. Just before the interview, I came by Daniel and asked him if he was ready, and he showed me some pictures on his phone that he was changing the belts. But to change the belt in this car, everything needs to be removed. Also on this picture, you see a brass chassis plate, and you told me that you made a brass chassis plate because of the weight, because the car is so light. That you need to have so much weight on the car.
I had no idea where I had to add about 100 grams.
Yeah.
So the decision was to make a 2mm brass instead of a 3mm aluminium chassis.
And it was heavier than a 3mm aluminium?
Yeah, it is.
Okay. 100 grams?
90.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, it's 90 grams heavier.
Okay.
And many people came up like, it doesn't work because it bends and it's too soft, but the car is pretty stable.
Yeah, I also see a double top deck.
Everything is fixed by 3 screws on top and bottom and everywhere, so it's still pretty hard. Also when I'm using the 2mm brass chassis.
Really stiff parts that hold everything together.
So as I come from electric, I know, and you also know how automatics is built like, and everything of these parts is much more stable built generally for nitro racing, because 45 minutes
pushing more everything gets more stress.
You feel it also when maintaining the car, that the parts are
get a lot of tension and stress on it, especially also you get more temperature.
Yeah.
A final question: are you planning to go into production and sell the car on the market, or I think this is what people are wondering.
Actually, not right now, because there is still a little bit of development inside, and I have to make here something, and there I have to change something. And when it's finally done, I will go into the production, but it's not a mass production right now. But making 20, 30.
It was not your original
pieces.
Plan to do that?
No, it wasn't. Yeah. The original
you just made it
was,
from passion, just for yourself, to see what you can do.
That was the plan behind.
Well, I find it very impressive what you've done, Daniel. So
Thanks a lot.
I wish you good luck this race.
Thanks.
And yeah, we will watching you from
We will see.
very closely to see what this car is doing. Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.